Listen carefully because this part matters the most. What I took from all of this isn't just motivation, it's something deeper. It's the realization that most people already know what they're supposed to do, they just don't do it. Not because they can't, but because it's uncomfortable, and instead of facing that discomfort, they avoid it. That's where everything starts going wrong. The biggest lesson here is simple. Being strong isn't about never feeling fear, never feeling tired, or always being confident. It's about doing what you know is right, even when you don't feel like doing it. That's the difference. Anyone can act when they feel good, but very few people can act when they don't. And if you really think about it, your life right now is just a result of your daily decisions, not your intentions, not your plans, your actions. What you do every single day is shaping who you are becoming. So if nothing is changing, you have to ask yourself a real question: what am I actually doing differently? Another thing I realized is that most people ignore small warnings in their life. Small signs that something is wrong. Maybe it's your habits, your mindset, or the people around you. You notice it early, but you ignore it because it's not painful yet, and later it turns into a bigger problem that hits you hard. That's how most people learn, the hard way, but you don't have to. If you start paying attention early and fix small issues before they become big ones, you can avoid a lot of damage in your life. And here's another truth. If you don't challenge yourself, you will start destroying yourself. There is something inside you, energy, drive, potential. And if you don't direct it towards something meaningful, it turns into frustration, overthinking, and bad habits. You either control that energy or it controls you. So the real question is, what are you fighting for? Because whether you realize it or not, you are in a battle. Either you are moving forward, building yourself and improving your life, or you are slowly falling back into comfort, distraction, and regret. There is no neutral. And this is where discipline comes in. Discipline is not just about working hard, it's about doing things you don't feel like doing again and again until it becomes part of who you are. It's about control over your mind, your time, and your actions. Most people think discipline is punishment, but it's actually freedom. Because when you learn how to control yourself, you stop becoming a slave to your emotions, your excuses, and your distractions. You stop waking up every day controlled by how you feel. Instead, you start living with purpose. And that changes everything. The truth is, your mind will always try to choose comfort. It will always tell you to wait until tomorrow, rest a little longer, scroll a little more, delay the hard things, and avoid pressure. But every time you listen to that voice, you weaken yourself a little more. Every excuse feels small in the moment, but repeated daily, it slowly builds a weak life. And most people don't even realize it's happening until years pass and they look back wondering why nothing changed. You have to understand that growth is painful. Improvement is uncomfortable. Becoming better requires sacrifice. There will be days where you feel tired, unmotivated, frustrated, and mentally drained, but those are usually the moments that matter the most, because anyone can move forward when life feels easy. The real test is who you become when life feels hard. That's where character is built. That's where discipline becomes real. And every time you push through resistance instead of running from it, you prove to yourself that you are becoming stronger. Another thing people don't realize is that confidence is built through action, not thinking. A lot of people are stuck because they spend too much time in their head. They overthink every move, wait for the perfect moment, and keep preparing without ever starting. But confidence doesn't come before action, it comes after. You build confidence by showing yourself that you can do difficult things consistently. Small wins create belief. Keeping promises to yourself creates self-respect. And once you start trusting yourself, your entire mindset changes. You also need to stop comparing your journey to everyone else. Social media makes people feel behind all the time. You see other people winning, succeeding, making money, getting attention, and it feels like everyone is ahead of you. But what you don't see is the years of struggle, failure, discipline, and sacrifice behind those results. Everybody wants the reward, but very few people are willing to live the process required to earn it. Focus on your own path. Focus on becoming a little better than yesterday. Because real progress is not always loud. Sometimes it's silent. Sometimes it's waking up earlier, staying consistent, controlling your habits, and continuing even when nobody notices. And one of the most dangerous things in life is staying comfortable for too long. Comfort feels safe, but it slowly kills ambition. It makes you settle. It makes you stop growing. The longer you stay in comfort, the harder it becomes to push yourself later. That's why you need to intentionally put yourself in difficult situations sometimes. Train harder, learn harder, work harder. Challenge your mind, force yourself to grow. Because pressure creates strength. Just like muscles grow through resistance, your mind grows through struggle. And maybe the hardest truth of all is this: nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to magically fix your life for you. At some point, you have to take responsibility for where you are and where you're going. Blaming people, blaming circumstances, blaming your past might feel justified, but it won't move your life forward. Responsibility is power. The moment you stop making excuses and start taking ownership, you take control back over your life. So what should you actually do after watching this? First, stop waiting to feel ready because you never will. Start anyway. Second, build one habit that challenges you daily. Something physical or mental that forces you to grow. Whether it's training, learning a skill, or working on your goals, but do it every single day no matter what. Third, be brutally honest with yourself. No more excuses, no more pretending. Look at your life clearly and ask where you are, falling short because you can't fix what you refuse to face. And lastly, fix your environment and surround yourself with people who push you, because your environment shapes you more than you think. If you stay around lazy and comfortable people, you will become the same. But if you stay around driven and disciplined people, you will rise with them. And remember this: your future is being created right now through the small decisions you make every day. The workout you skip, the work you delay, the excuses you repeat, they all add up. But the same is true in the positive direction too. Every small improvement matters. Every disciplined action matters. Every moment you choose growth over comfort matters. Because success is rarely one big moment. It's usually the result of hundreds of small choices repeated consistently over time. At the end of the day, this is not about being perfect. It's about making better choices consistently. Because small actions repeated daily create massive results over time. So if you feel like you've been stuck or you're not where you should be, don't overthink it, just start. Do something today that moves you forward, even if it's small, because the version of you that you want to become is built through actions, not thoughts. And the longer you wait, the further that version gets. Years from now, you will either look back proud that you pushed yourself when it was difficult, or disappointed that you kept waiting for a moment that never came. Time keeps moving, whether you act or not. Life keeps moving whether you improve or not. So the question is not whether change is possible. The real question is whether you are finally ready to stop avoiding the work required to change. So the real question is, are you going to keep avoiding it, or are you finally going to step up and become that person? The choice is yours.
What I personally took from this is something most people ignore, and that's the fact that we already know what we should be doing. We just avoid doing it. Not because it's impossible, but because it's uncomfortable, and we've trained ourselves to run away from discomfort instead of facing it. And that hit me because if you really look at your own life, the gap between where you are and where you want to be is not knowledge, it's action. You already know the habits you need, the work you should be putting in, the things you should stop doing. But the problem is consistency. That's where most people fall apart. Another thing I learned is that strength is not about feeling fearless or always being motivated. It's about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Because let's be honest, most days you're not going to feel motivated. Most days you're going to feel tired, distracted, or lazy. And if your progress depends on your mood, you're never going to get anywhere. That's why discipline matters more than motivation, because discipline carries you on the days motivation disappears. I also realized how dangerous it is to ignore small problems in your life. Most people don't fail suddenly, they fail slowly. They see the warning signs early: bad habits, wasted time, wrong environment, but they ignore them because they're not painful yet. And later those small issues turn into big problems that are much harder to fix. So one thing you need to start doing is paying attention early and fixing things before they get out of control. Another big takeaway for me is that if you don't challenge yourself, you will start working against yourself. There is energy inside you, ambition, drive, potential, and if you don't use it to build something, it turns into overthinking, frustration, and negative habits. You either direct that energy towards growth or it slowly destroys your progress. So what should you actually do after this? First, stop waiting for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. You're never going to feel fully ready, so start anyway. Second, build one daily habit that pushes you, something that makes you uncomfortable, but improves you over time. Whether it's working out, learning a skill, or building something online, just make sure you stay consistent with it. Third, be honest with yourself. No excuses, no blaming. Just look at your life and identify where you're falling short, because you can't improve what you refuse to admit. And finally, fix your environment, because the people around you influence you more than you realize. If you stay around people who are lazy and unfocused, you will become the same. But if you surround yourself with people who are disciplined and driven, you'll naturally level up. At the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. Small actions repeated daily create big results over time. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start and stay consistent. And if you do that long enough, your life will change whether you realize it or not. So if you're watching this, take this as a sign to stop overthinking and start acting. Because the version of you that you want to become is waiting on the other side of your actions, not your thoughts. And the longer you wait, the further that version gets. So the real question is, are you going to keep delaying it, or are you finally going to take control and do something about it? That choice is completely yours.